Hi, I'm Alan White, and welcome back to another edition of the Big Orange Bird. Well, today marks the third portion of my trip to LSU. And so I left my home base in Virginia, flew down to Swan Creek in North Carolina, then on to Tuskegee in far western North Carolina, and now we're leaving North Carolina, going down to Georgia. The Devil's going down to Georgia again. Going down to Golf Alpha 87, High Valley. It's a beautiful little airport nestled in a high valley. Imagine that. 2,800 feet, a 2,000 foot runway. So not for the faint of heart. And got to have permission to go in there, but call them up, give you pointers on coming in there, and very friendly to having you come in. There's a resort there. You can stay there. You can camp. There's lots of stuff to do. Beautiful little strip. Never been in there before. Always one I wanted to go by, and since I'm heading that way, here we go. Okay, landing was the easy part. Now comes the tricky part. All right, like I said, it's 2,800 feet elevation, 2,000 foot strip. I've got two options. Neither one of them are really good. I can take off the way I came in. I landed on 02, and I can take off on 02, but it's a slightly uphill. Do have a headwind, so that's good. It's slightly uphill, and there is rising terrain. Other option is I can go off on 20. 20 is slightly downhill, good, but I have a slight tailwind. The terrain doesn't rise that way, but there's big trees at the end of the runway. So, yeah, kind of a rough decision. Finally, I decided on going with the downhill. I figured the downhill and the tailwind kind of neutralized one another. But the rising terrain, making a 180 in rising terrain, slow airspeed, high density altitude. I figured I'd rather go out, straight out, just get over the trees and I'd be good. But the trick's gonna be getting over the trees, as you will see. Tighter than I would have liked. I did have a little more that I could have given to the plane. I could have climbed a little steeper. I was bumping into the stall warning horn, but I wasn't riding it. So I could have gone a little steeper, but I played it as safe as I could, cleared it barely, but wasn't as close as it looked. I could have made it a little better, but I'm glad it was, don't want to do it again like that. No. Anyway, Kennedy Creek Resort, really neat place. They've got cabins you can rent. They've got yurts. You can bring your own tent and camp there. They've got a restaurant that's open, I think, on weekends in the spring, summer, fall. And it's a beautiful little place right there on the Appalachian Trail. You can fish, all sorts of things to do in there. So it's a great place for a base camp to go in there if you want to go airplane camping sometime. If you don't want to rough it too bad, you can rent the cabins or a yurt. Really ought to check it out. Golf Alpha 87. All right, thanks for coming along.